Hello, back to the shop. Today we're going to take a look at something new, which happens to be the new Klein quad sockets that are in the KNECT series. Let's get into these. These are kind of interesting to look at. They are made in Taiwan, if you're keeping track, and the mechanism inside I think is going to be interesting. I'll be kind of curious to see how it holds up with impact. Okay, so digging into this, what you have is two basic sets. Pretty much everything here is duplicated. This is the only unique two pieces in this set from here, but it is all SAE, whereas this has the metric sizes as well. This is kind of interesting though, because if you take these out, you can see there is a socket in a socket, and the way you access the larger socket is the inner portion is spring loaded. I don't know if you can see the spring down in there or not, but what you would do if it was 11/32 is you would just push the socket on and you would get the larger size. It's kind of an interesting idea that I kind of like. I'd be curious to see how that might get tiring as you use it a lot. I think if you're using this with an impact gun, which a lot of these are indeed impact rated, in fact they come with the impact adapters, so you would just take this and stick it on here, and there's your 9/16 and 11/16, and you could put this right on an impact and you'd have it ready to go. So I think that's more what this market is, meant for impact guns, and you'd have all of these various sizes, which I think is kind of interesting. It's a good way of having a lot of sizes available to you without carrying a lot of stuff. So I think it's kind of an interesting line in that regard. So you have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You have pretty consistent sizing here. Nice to see they have the 7. You have quarter, 5/16, no 11/32, 3/8, 7/16, half, 9/16, 5/8, and 11/16. So you have a decent smattering of sizes. Then when you get to this larger socket here, you have, in the package pretty good, you have 3/4, 13/16, 7/8, and 1 inch. And here you can really see how that works. Have that internal socket that pushes down inside of that mechanism. It's very interesting. It's a pretty neat idea, I must say. So there you can see you kind of have a socket in a socket, and you just would push down to have it. Now this one is the standard 3/8 drive, and these get more back into the idea of your non-proprietary tools. Now they do have the drive for their KNECT's pass-through ratchet here, so you could use that, but it also has the 3/8 square that you can use in your classic Klein tools or any other 3/8 ratchet. So in this regard, this particular one is a little bit more versatile because you're not beholden to the spline drive of the Klein KNECT series. If you already have this stuff, it's not that big a deal. Time will tell what and how well it'll be supported later. It's nice these come with the longer drive, because sometimes you just need to get into things that are further away, and one of the things that the longer drive allows you to do is just kind of get out a little bit further. Now, it can be a little swingy, but it's not too bad. Obviously, you're going to sacrifice some torque with the extra flex of the tip, but if you're just buzzing nuts loose or something like that and you're not going for full-on torque, you only have a 1/4 inch shank here anyway, and if you push this up to 11/16, you might be looking into things. But these are compromised tools that you're using to get you the most into a smallest area in your tool carry. So now on that, if you put this on here, you can have the entire thing right here on your tool, and if you went out somewhere, you have 8 sizes available to you that you pretty versatile. You know, and I think that's the same principle here with this set. You could mix match these any which way you wanted, and with the longer driver you can stow one so that if you're going out somewhere you can have 8 sizes with you, which is actually pretty amazing. So kind of neat the way they thought of this to make it that you can get as much as possible into a smaller area. So as far as the cases go, I don't think they made very good usage of the space available to them, but a lot of these kits are that way, and if you're just going to go and throw everything into a canvas bag or something like that, you probably won't be overly upset with the space that they take up. Now, speaking of throwing them in a canvas bag or somewhere else, you'll notice that everything is laser etched, and the only thing that I think that's going to hold up long term is going to be your colors. Eventually the laser etching is probably going to wear off on these, and that's okay, but it's just something to keep in mind. These are not struck, so that they are not going to long term have the marks on them. You'll probably notice that the marks will eventually wear off. Same goes for the smaller sizes here. You have everything color coded, which is nice, but you're really not going to have everything. That does not go in there that easy. You're not going to have everything that you know exactly what it is later on in life if you don't engrave them yourself or something like that. Same goes for the metric set. You can see here everything's color coded, but nothing is struck. Overall, I think this is a really interesting idea, and it's what we've been saying with these tools, they've largely been compromise tools. With this being a compromise tool, I think this is within reason, because you're trying to carry as many things and trying to make it as least janky as possible. So having to push in on the socket to get the larger size, to push in on it and get it to be that size, even if you have to hold in on it to use it because it might kind of reject you out of there, it's still better than having to walk back out to the truck and get another tool. So that is something to keep in mind if you're looking at these things and saying, why the heck would you even want that? There is a purpose to it, and if it doesn't suit yours, that's perfectly fine. That's why I'm trying to show that this is spring-loaded, and you will have to push in and actively hold in on it to get it to the larger size. That being said, depending on your situation, that might be perfectly okay if it's not worth taking the extra trip to go get other sizes or carry in more stuff. So I think these have a definite use and a definite purpose, but it's not going to be for everyone. I really like tools like this, and I find them fascinating. I'm going to be really curious to see how they hold up. This is a collar inside of here, and you can see everything seems to be fairly well put together. If that spring is retained well and everything is in there decent, I see no reason why it wouldn't hold up on an impact. But with all of the extra moving components inside here, and with this not being as rigid, I could definitely see that these things will not get you a super hard hit in an impact tool. But if you're just using an impact to run things up tight, or even if you're using this with the nut driver handle, even if you're using one of these like this with a driver handle, this is still less tools to carry to get more out of it. So you would still be able to use your 9/16 because that's the base size, and you wouldn't even have to push it in. In the SAE stuff, you will find your quarter through 7/16 that the 7/16 is on the push-in. So if you're working with quarter hardware, you might find that a little bit more frustrating. But of course, like everything else, all of these kits kind of cross-pollinate with each other. So if you have a collection of these things, you can throw a ratcheting head on it without a whole lot of trouble. So I thought I'd take a quick look at these. I think they have a purpose. I think they're going to be limited if you're looking for max torque out of an impact. I don't think you're going to see that, but let's face it, if you're driving it with 1/4 inch, you're already compromising torque there. These are for run it in, run it out, quick access to size fasteners. Look, if you're just taking covers off of something, they aren't torqued to high torque specs, and this is going to be perfectly fine for buzzing out multiple different size fasteners in that context. It's going to get you a lot, and you're not going to be carrying as many tools around to do it. So these have a specific, well, I shouldn't say a specific, these definitely have a usage, but it's not going to be your high torque, and it's not going to be a dedicated type thing. These are all compromise tools, like many of the KNECT series has been. Put together, it's a very versatile and size-saving system, but you're compromising in order to get that. So let me know in the comments below, did you pick either of these up, or did you get the third one that has everything in one? Let me know if you like these or you dislike these. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. These are things that I like to talk about and get out there so other people can see it and have an idea if it's a tool that they would like to get for themselves. So as always, thanks for watching, and have a great day.